Music, one of humanity's greatest joys. It can make us laugh, cry, and make us very happy or sad. Lots of people try to pursue the art of making music and fail to do so successfully. Barbra Streisand is not one of those people. Barbra Jones Streisand first opened her eyes on April 24, 1942, in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. She was the second child of Emanuel Streisand and Diana Rosen. Emanuel was a high school English teacher, and Diana worked in the New York public school system as a secretary. Barbra had one older brother, Sheldon, who was 7 years older. Sadly, on a summer business retreat in the Catskill Mountains, Barbra's 35-year-old father died suddenly of complications with an epileptic seizure. Barbra and Sheldon were not told the true cause of his death until many years later. At the time of his death, Barbra was only 15 months old. Soon after her father's death, Barbra's family fell onto the brink of poverty. They then moved in with her grandparents. Barbra's mother took a low-paying job to keep the family going, but was left with very little time for her children. Barbra loved to sing from the time she was 5 years old. She never really listened to a lot of music, but loved it. Barbra's very first schooling was done at the Yeshiva of Brooklyn Girls Division from age 4 through 7. Later, in 1949, Barbra's mother remarried to Louis Kind. They had one child together named Rosalind, who was born in 1951. From the time she started school, Barbra was made fun of by other students because of her unusual appearance and was very shy. She attended Bais Yaakov School for elementary and sang in the school choir. She decided she wanted to become a famous actress at age 13. Her mother was unsupportive of Barbra and thought that she was too unattractive to pursue her dreams of becoming an actress. After completing elementary school, Barbra attended Erasmus Hall High School. When she was in high school, at first no one, not even Barbra, was particularly awed by her voice, but as time went by, her and her classmates began to realize that she was very gifted. While she was still in high school, she met Alan and Anita Miller and negotiated an agreement to babysit their children if she could take their acting class in Greenwich Village. She started doing this when she was only 15 years old. She attended 2 acting schools at this time. Barbra graduated from high school when she was 16 in 1959 and was 4th in her class with an amazing A average. Barbra Streisand never attended college, but from the time she started her career, everyone could tell that Barbra was going to be an amazing star. In early 1960, a few months after graduating high school, Barbra moved to Manhattan. She shared several apartments with friends, including her future husband Elliot Gould, who she would go on to marry in 1963 when she was 21. On September 9, 1960, 18-year-old Barbra walked into the Bonsoir Club in Greenwich Village to do her first paid solo show. Barbra states that she remembered thinking, "This could be the beginning of a big change in my life." This was an understatement, as Barbra began performing at the Bonsoir that night and continued for the next 2 years. Her first Broadway debut was I Can Get It For You Wholesale in 1962. That very same year, Barbra signed with Columbia Records, and her very first album, the Barbra Streisand album, was released in 1963. The same year, she married Elliot Gould. Together, she and Elliot had one child, Jason, and were married for 8 years before they split in 1971. Barbra has been known to have very severe stage fright. She states that she learned how to conceal her discomfort on stage by mimicking the way drag queens she had seen during that time acted. Even so, Barbra is well known for staying out of live performances for nearly 3 decades in her later career because of her stage fright. Barbra has starred in at least 16 films throughout her career, including Funny Girl in 1968, Hello Dolly in 1969, The Owl and the Pussycat in 1970, The Way We Were in 1973, A Star Is Born in 1976, and starred and directed in Yentl in 1983. She has also recorded 57 albums over the course of her career, including Guilty in 1980 with Barry Gibb, which was her highest-selling album. Barbra married her current husband, James Berlin, on July 1, 1998, and has been happily married since. Barbra Streisand has an outstanding legacy and has won many awards during her lifetime. She is one of only 6 people to win a non-competitive EGOT. In all, Barbra has won 7 Grammys, 2 Oscars, 1 Emmy, and 1 honorary Tony, along with countless other awards. Barbra is the second highest-selling artist of all time, topped only by Elvis. Barbra had won 2 Grammys and an Album of the Year award for the recording of her singing while she was still at the Bonsoir Club. She won an Oscar for Funny Girl. She also received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Barack Obama in 2015. Barbra also has a hybrid tea rose named after her. In addition, Barbra has also donated and advocated for many charities through her very own Striesand Foundation. Barbra's most recent accomplishment is writing her autobiography in 2023, My Name is Barbra, at the age of 81. The book is 992 pages long and has many elements of the never-before-told story of her life. Barbra has made a difference in the world by giving to others through her foundation, providing entertainment through her movies and music, and inspiring other young people to follow their dreams like she did. I chose to research Barbra Streisand for many reasons. The first being because when I was introduced to her movies and music, I fell in love with them. My favorite films of hers are Funny Girl and Yentl. I love the songs People and Papa Can You Hear Me. Another reason for my choosing Barbra is because she is such an amazing person. Barbra has a unique voice and can always bring pronounced humor into any production she is involved with. My final reason is because I wanted to learn more about her. A lot of people, including me, know the story of her fame and fortune, but do not know as much about her personal life. This was my goal for this project, and I would say it was a success.